Okay guys, so I'm back again with another review, and this one will be Legends of Tomorrow, The Legion of Doom, Season 2, Legends of Tomorrow, Season 2, Episode 10, The Legion of Doom. In this episode, it's basically just all about the Legion of Doom and um, why they want to get the it's just basically a story just basically just for the Legion of Doom, which I actually like. So they basically the intro was different, which I thought was like weird at first, but it doesn't really matter. I thought that was really interesting on how like that they did a different version of it, but it was telling it from their point of view. The opening sequences. I thought that was really cool. Anyway, this was a really good episode. I will tell you that. So, Reverse Flash brings Demon Dark to, in the beginning to Malcolm, and then they travel. Then they travel to wherever they are now. So then they, of course, captured Rip, and so now they're torturing him and trying to get information on the Sphere of Destiny. I thought that was it was I think that's a really cool idea. I thought that was really good. So they kind of like are starting to have tension within the Legion of Doom. There was a little bit of a side storyline within this episode, which they were trying to find out on who the speedster was, and they finally figured it out by the end of the episode, which is thanks to Professor Stein. He remembered on who it was, but I'll get to that in just a bit. So they travel to 2025, the year 2025, and they want to they're trying to get the Legion of Doom. They travel to 2025, the year 2025 in Switzerland, because Damien, he pulled out a tooth from Rip, and he basically gave it to Reverse Flash and said like this looks like a barcode under a magnifying glass. He says that this looks like a a barcode. Like it looks like a barcode. So then Damon told Reverse Flash that yes, it's basically like a barcode, and we need to travel to. It was last used in January, I guess 5th and 2025. So both Malcolm and Damon go with Rip. They both go to the safe deposit or whatever it is, and Rip's and they're both trying to figure out they're both trying to figure out why does why does Eobard want the Spear of Destiny, and why does he want the Spear of Destiny? And I thought this was a really cool idea. Was what and why does he keep running away from? Why does he always run when he hears that clock or the little beeping noise on his wrist, like a watch? So that was really interesting. So they, the Legion of Doom was not able to get into it because Damien Dark forgot to say or forgot to ask or find out the password that was part of the eye scanner, which was in Switzerland, of the Switzerland in 2025. So it was basically a major fail, and they traveled and they got them and they got Rip out. They got Rip, and they got Rip and as well as they got Rip and as well and both of them out. So they said they sat Rip down and they kind of like said like tension was, there was still tension within the group, within the Legion of Doom group, which is really cool in my opinion. So then Damien and Malcolm, they both start fighting, and it was getting real close to Rip. So then Rip said, he said something about the good, the bad, and the evil. A movie reference, and so then they both team up against Reverse Flash and try and track him down to they both lead them to the bank again. I think it was the bank. Then they what had happened next was that they wanted to they got the box that Rip had left them, and Reverse Flash had come back to Rip, and he wanted to know where they were. So then Rip was terrified, and he had told him where it was. So then Reverse Flash went to Switzerland 2025, and then they both were able to trap Reverse Flash, and Reverse Flash was said it was like they both opened the box, and it was a disc where it's not going to be invented for another century. So, and that's what Reverse Flash had told Malcolm and Merlin Malcolm and Damien. So then they so then uh, they kind of trap Reverse Flash in saying, I don't know why you keep going away when your watch, or when that watch goes off. And he explains that that every time I leave, or every time I stay here, and this was when Professor Stein told the group that he found out who he was, and why they need the Spear of Destiny, why the Speedster needs the um, the Spear of Destiny, was to rewrite part of his history or whatever, which is really interesting. I actually liked it. It was really good. So then we finally see who was chasing after Reverse Flash, and it is none other than the Black Flash, which is very fun. We finally see him come back, which I can't wait to see more of him on the other shows as well. So it should be fun. So they both said to Eobard said, well, why don't you just stop using the Speed Force? Why don't you just stop using your speed? If he's attracted, if Black Flash is attracted to him, but they don't know that was actually that they don't know that that's actually another speedster. So that was really cool. Um, I thought that was really cool, and so they kind of like, I guess they sort of beat Black Flash just like really quick by teaming up. And so there was also a storyline within Legends, which was just like a short little thing, but they kind of like tied it up really well within a few minutes. Was Professor Stein had come, Professor Stein's daughter had come onto the ship to help figuring out the medallion, and he told Professor Stein's daughter that she was a time apparition by accident. So then she went ahead and went to Professor Stein and asked, why is there, what is a time apparition? And he explained it. But then they all together, like at the end. And so then at the ending of this episode, there was Rip had went to 1776 or 1776 Philadelphia, and apparently shot George Washington, which is very interesting. Anyway, it was a good episode. Can't wait for the next episode, and talk to y'all later.